Good morning, Romany Rye. I want to go away from the old times this morning. I want to go away from the scrap, the quarries, all of it. I come up here and wasn't very long in before I needed to get some horses around me. And old Blackie, Chrissy, he had a lovely coloured mare there. She come out of a heavy mare. She wasn't the heaviest, but she was a lovely mare, lovely stamp of mare. About 14.2. I know some of these stories you're going to say, well, how can that happen? Well, I had my trailers in the yard, a stables down the end where she could walk in and out, and the field down below. So I always used to keep the main gate shut, and the mare would walk around just like, well, just walk around, nothing. But I started a trick with her. This has got straight me to what I'm telling you now. Every morning in the summer, not so much in the winter because it's dark, but every morning in the summer, I'd wake up, I'd open the window of the trailer, and I'd feed her a bit of something. And come end up, she used to wake me up every morning, about 6:30, rubbing on the trailer window. Anyway, this morning I didn't wake up, and I think it was a Marshall I had then. On the Marshall trailer, I had two doors, top and bottom. I used to sleep with the top door open. And she put her head in the door and was nuzzling around on the things. But she was a lovely mare. I wish I never parted with her, really. Anyway, my cousin Patrick rings me up. He said, I got a mare here. I think it was Boy Pat's mare. Chestnut mare. Come down and drive her, he said. She's bomb-proof. Goes down. Hitches her up. Sure enough, she's bomb-proof. Bought her. Brought her home. Now, that mare was 3-year-old when I bought her. She's up in my field now. She's 27 now. And I took that mare all over this country on drives. And she had the heart of a lion. Now, she had a tiny bit of Friesian in her, which Friesian isn't the best for heart, but she had a tiny bit of Friesian, tiny bit of acne in her, trotter in her, but she got the heart of a lion. She's called Marianne. I took that mare, like I said, all over this country, and she's up in the field now. I had several foals off of her, and drive her anywhere. Anywhere you want to take that mare now, you just pull her down the thing. She's 27 now. You hitch her in, and she'll take you anywhere. I wouldn't do it to her now because she's too old. But I took her up on Danny Cooper's Drive. Me and Danny Calloway, he used to go everywhere with me then. And the night before, we was having a drink. Danny do drink, pretty well drop. Anyway, the Dinlow forgot where he was to. Now, I had a Bedford TK then. Lovely lorry with all the proper living and everything. Tommy Matthews was with me, Shane Simons, Danny, and me. Danny only been walked out the door and forgot there was a step. Now, the old lorry was fairly high up. I bet the old lorry was, 2 foot up off the ground. He never felt a thing. He rolled over. But he was drunk, but had he been sober, I reckon he would have been half more than. Anyway, next morning he gets up. He's hanging, really. He had some beer the night before. So he gets up. I harnesses up. I warms the mare up, drives her in. I said, all right, Dan, jump up. He jumped up, then he's a big old boy. Flumped down on the seat, broke the seat off. I had to do that whole 25 mile sitting on the shafts. And, we had some laugh on. But that mare's still here. Now, I'll tell you another true story. And this one takes some believing. Steve McCartney come to me. He said, I got a horse. He said, he's a picture. I said, oh, yeah. He said, he's like a baby, but he's a picture. I said, what is he, Steve? He said, well, he's crossed by every mare back to a Clydesdale stallion. He said, he ain't too heavy and he ain't too light. He said, he is a picture. Goes up there. I falls in love with his horse. Brings him home. And I drove him everywhere. I mean everywhere. This is God straight me dead. This is on my brother's life. I swear on that Holy Bible. He comes to me, Steve did. He said, my dad's having a drive up in Wareham. He said, fancy going up? I said, yeah. Took the horse up. He snapped. Steve's boy rode with me. All the way around these roads. Anyway, comes home. And I had 2 stables built on the end of a barn. In fact, Steve McCartney and Julie built them for me. He built the stables for me. So I had the mare there. But the horse wasn't interested in the mare. He just do what you want. Right. So I used to have a feed tub in the corner. So I'd catch his horse, bring it in, and he used to walk towards the wall and bang his head on the wall. Stop, smelt the grub, and go over to the grub bin. I thought, there's something wrong with this horse. He's doing this every day. So I called the vet. Vet examining. He examined his eyes. He said, this horse hasn't got very good vision. Now, bearing in mind, God straight me dead, I drove this horse everywhere. Steve McCartney would tell you. He said, we'll do a blood test. He said, and we'll do a physical test. I said, all right. I said, what's the physical test? He said, right, lead him out the stable. And there was a big oak tree just outside of the stable. He said, I want you now to have the lead rope loose as possible. He said, and just walk towards that tree. That fucking horse walked straight into the tree. He was blind. I could never work out. I drove him for miles and miles and miles. But he couldn't see none of it. So, broke my heart, to tell you the truth. Because I am a soft touch when it comes to that. And I had him put down. I didn't have to have him put down, but I was never happy with him, and I, to tell you the truth, I didn't want nobody else to have him, because, especially my own type of people, and what's a blind horse worth, really? So it was never about the money for me. It was about, but he was a beauty. So we have the blood test back. A lot of people some people might know this, a lot of people, others won't. That horse, when he was a yearling, ate nothing but clover. The grass clover. And that took his eyesight, look. Went in through his kidneys. There is a special name for it, I can't remember it now. But that's what made him go blind, clover. Yeah. So I wanted to replace, and I wanted someone a bit flash. Now, the mare I bought off Patrick, plenty flash enough, but clean-legged mare. I wanted heavy horse. So I got in. No, I was telling a lie. This must seek me out. A chap called Joe Beaver. Lived just up the road from me. And about 3 miles away. I had 1 or 2 deals with Joe. He had a few heavy horses there. One thing and another. Anyway, he introduced me to a chap called Connie Haggerty. Irish fella. And he bought this beautiful black and white stallion. And he was a picture. So I ends up buying him and 2 or 3 mares off him the same day. So buys him. So at that time now, my boy decides that he's going to come up and live with me. So by this time, we had gone to a couple of trots, races. So Connie said, I got a horse up there, he said. He was the best in his day, one of the best. He said, he can still get to it now. So he said, come up and have a look. Up we goes. Gets there for late some reason. So it was after empty dark. So he pulls this horse out. Beautiful looking horse. We still got a horse here now called Sonny, he is. But in his day, he was called Rock on Johnny. I think I better say to be continued.